Here are 5 things that I don't own, don't have, don't use, and don't buy that most people would say is a bit weird or unusual. Hi, if you're new here, my name is Laura. I'm 38 years of age, living in Ireland, and I just like to share some of my life here online. And what does that life consist of? Honestly, daily contentment while trying to be fulfilled and leaving as gentle a footprint on this planet as I can. So as part of that, I guess I fit into this latest underconsumption trend that you see on social media. If you're not new here, welcome back, happy to have you. I am allergic to disclaimers, but I have to pop in one here. The title of this video is a little bit pick-me energy, and if you don't know what pick-me energy is, a pick-me is someone who's like, I'm not like all those other people, implying there's a moral high ground. Definitely not my intention here at all. I am not better than you for what I have or don't have, and vice versa, you're not better than me for what you have or don't have. I'm just going to share with you a number of things that I choose not to have in my life or in my home, and why. So first off, people think this is really unusual, really weird that I don't have one of these in my home. However, I do think it's becoming a little bit more common. I don't have a television. I don't have a telly. No TV. I have lived by myself since mid 2018. 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 6.5 years. I would say for 5 of those years I did have a TV, and in those 5 years I reckon I turned that television on 10 to 15 times max. So about a year and a half ago, my dad's TV went kaput. So I said, why don't you take mine? And initially he was like, and what are you gonna use for a telly? And eventually he kind of understood, I don't really watch telly. So what do you watch? If there's a show I want to watch, I will stream it to my laptop. And if there's something on TV that I want to watch, I will simply watch it on that channel's player. And I feel like these days, if you took people my age, plus or minus 15 years, most of their consumption is probably streaming services rather than TV. So when you think about that, it's probably not that weird. It's still a bit weird. The second thing that a lot of people have these days, but I don't have, don't want, and don't see myself buying, a smartwatch or a fitness ring, you know, those tracker accessories. I remember back in 2015, 2016, so almost a full decade ago, I bought a Fitbit. I can only speak for myself, but when I attach numbers to things, I can become really obsessive over it, and if I don't hit certain numbers, it will affect my mood and my day and my head. Again, can't speak for everyone, but I've definitely seen behaviors among some people I know where, again, they do get a little bit obsessive about numbers. And you know those rings that can track your sleep? I've definitely had friends say that they thought they'd had a good sleep and felt refreshed, and then when they checked the data on those rings, they saw, oh, it says I'm not really fully recovered, and then suddenly that almost has a psychosomatic effect on them and kind of changes their day. I think data is good. Data is great, but I don't believe we need to be analysing every granular part of our life, from our sleep to our steps to our calories to how many times we fart. Unnecessary, and for me it's actually kind of unhealthy, ironically. Number 3, I don't have disposable period products. Okay, I kind of lied to you there. I do have some tampons and pads should people require them, but I've had them for about 4 or 5 years now. Do they expire? Personally, I haven't used them in a very, very long time. I use and have used a menstrual cup for years and years and years now. I love it. I can't see that changing anytime soon. It's more comfortable. You don't have to change it as often, and it's infinitely better for the planet. And way cheaper too. Fun story actually. So in a previous job, I switched departments, and on my first day in the new department, let's just say I could tell I got a bit of a frosty reception, and it was only about a year later, speaking to one of the friends I'd made in that department, they divulged to me that before I came into the department, they were looking up my social media, saw that I used a menstrual cup, and decided I was absolutely disgusting for that, and that they weren't going to like me because of it. Isn't that the most fucking insane thing you've ever heard? From people in their literal 30s. If there's one thing I've learned over the years, it's that, you know, when you're in school and you think, oh, I can't wait to get away from all this immaturity and bitching, that's lifelong. Anyway, I'm glad that menstrual cups have definitely become more mainstream and normal, which I thought it was a funny little anecdote. Number 4, and I'm going to give you a 2-in-1. I don't use conventional detergent in my washing machine, and I don't use fabric softener at all. I've been using this product for, I reckon, 8 or 9 years now. It's the Eco Egg. It has little beads inside that contain detergent. They release it in the wash, and this egg will last you for 72 washes. So I do between 1 and 2 washes a week, so that lasts me about a year and a half. And fabric softener, if you look into fabric softener, yes, it does make your clothes smell nice. It might make them feel softer, but that's because of a coating that it puts on the fibers. The general consensus among experts is it's actually not good for your clothing at all. It's a completely needless product. And I find with just the Eco Egg, my clothes, they don't smell like perfume, but they come out smelling fresh. And that's all I want. Number 5, I don't have, nor do I foresee having, fillers or Botox. It's taken me a long time to accept and really like how I look. Do I have some quirks? For sure. My nose is definitely beak shaped. That's fine. I definitely have the start of some lines. That's fine. My top lip is definitely getting a little smaller. It's fine. I'm a huge proponent for do whatever you want to your body. Your body, your choice, as they say. But as someone who uses and consumes social media quite frequently, when I see someone who has some texture to their skin, some fine lines, some wrinkles, some pores, that sometimes gives me pause because I've become so used to seeing a certain type of face. And I think that's really, really telling in and of itself. Am I making my point here? Probably not. My preference for my face is how it is right now. I know they say never, I just can't foresee me going down the route of fillers or Botox as it stands right now. And then the whole cliche, aging is a privilege, etc, etc. But again, you do you. So tell me this, was there anything in this video that you thought, yeah, that's a bit weird? Or is there anything that most other people have that you don't have that might be perceived as a little bit weird or unusual? So following on from acceptance, I remember back in my 20s asking someone to describe me in 3 words. If you know me in real life, you'll know I do ask random questions like that. And one of the words the person selected was quirky, and I was instantly insulted, thinking quirky means unusual, weird. And being a little bit less confident in myself, I saw that as a bad thing. So what did I want to be called? Regular? Normal? Medium? Run-of-the-mill? Because that's the opposite of quirky. So if someone calls me unique or quirky these days, I take that as a compliment, honestly. I hope this was in some way interesting or entertaining. Bye!